anything else. The most intimate thing in your life is yourself, isn't it so? Hello? You're getting very serious, like my grandmother. But she passed away long time ago, so I'm telling you, this is what happened to her. She got serious and then she passed. You getting serious? If you are conscious, it's not a philosophy, it's not a slogan, I do not know, I do not know, I know, I do not know. This is not it. It is an awareness of ignorance. When you're conscious of your ignorance, your intelligence is always standing up tall and alert. As I said, if I make this hall pitch dark and if I ask you to walk, everything that you have, is it fully alert? Whatever you have, hello? See, if you're testing me, who is the yogi here? Whatever I say. See, I can sit here for the next hour without moving my eyeballs. I have a huge practice. Don't compete with me on that one, huh? I'm asking you a question. If I put you here and make this hall pitch dark and ask you to walk, will every sense and every damn thing that you have in you fully alert or no? The moment there is light, you assume you know, isn't it? You assume you know. The moment you assume you know, you don't see anything in your way, you simply walk. If you walk from here to there, I want to tell you, if you walk from that end to this end of the hall, the number of visual factors that are here, the number of smells that are here, the number of sounds that are here, from here to there are at least 500 things to notice, minimum. Most people don't notice 5 things. Yes, this is a fact. Most people do not know 5 things because they're blustered up with what they know. No, ignorance is a tremendous possibility. Ignorance is a problem when you're not conscious, you're ignorant. Ignorance is a tremendous possibility when you know you're ignorant. Everything is up. Your intelligence being up every moment of your life is the most important thing. Because the only thing that set you apart from other creatures is your intelligence. You're not as strong as a tiger, are you? Huh? You're not as fast as a cheetah, you're not as resilient as an ant or a cockroach. It's just that little cerebral development happened. If you want to keep this on all the time, the fundamental is to see, I do not know. The more you pay attention to everything, the more you realize you don't know a damn thing in the universe. Isn't it so? And if you do not know, you will be fully alert, intelligence fully on. In that condition, many things will come out. What people think is a great research will come out in a moment just by paying attention to it. If you gather information and think you know, it will lead to repetitiveness, it'll lead to repetitiveness. In your industry, repetitiveness is death. It'll get you. It happened. There was a man in southern India whose name was Topiwala. This happened in 1910. Topiwala means… that's his second name, but that's also his profession. In the world, these traditions are there that many people take their profession as their second name. There is a carpenter, there is a goldsmith, there is a dabbawala, there is a daruwala, there is all kinds. So this is a topiwala, that means a hat seller. He is going from village to village selling hats. One afternoon, he felt tired. He came and sat down in the tropical heat under a tree Only in tropical heat you realize what it means to be under a tree. He came and sat down under a tree, he opened his meager lunch, ate it and dozed off. After some time he woke up, he looked, his whole stock of hats were gone. He got up, looked all over the place, no sign of hats. He looked here, there, everywhere, no sign of the hats at all. Everything that you can do, you will do. When you don't know what to do, what do? So he also looked up in prayer. There he saw a bunch of monkeys sitting there, hats on. Then he screamed at them. They screamed at him. He abused them in the filthiest language. They did it in their own language. Then he picked up whatever he could and threw it at them. And they picked up whatever they could and threw it back at him. Then out of sheer frustration, not knowing what to do, he took his hat and flung it on the ground. All the monkeys took their hats and flung it on the ground. He picked up his hats and went about his business. 2018, September 23rd, another topiwala also going around selling hats from village to village. He came in the afternoon, settled down under a tree, opened his elaborate lunch, 21st century. Everybody's eating more than what they can digest. And he ate his meal and promptly fell asleep. When he woke up, all his hats were gone. He did not look here and there, he looked straight up, knowledge, All the monkeys were sitting there with their hats on. He got up and jived. All the monkeys jived. He made funny faces, they made funnier faces at him. He had all the fun he wanted to have. When he was done, he took his hat and flung it on the ground. A baboon of a monkey quickly came down the tree, picked up the hat, walked up to him and gave him a tight slap in the face and said, "You idiot, you think only you had a grandfather?" See, there is scientific evidence that monkeys are evolving. There is no such evidence about So you are in a business where your investment is not information, your investment is an agile intelligence. If you want to have an agile intelligence every moment of your life, to come to a very profound state of ignorance. See, actually address this and see. People ask me, "Sadhguru, how do you become a mystic?" I say, when you realize you don't know a damn thing, then you become a mystic. No, I also know I don't know some things. That's the problem. You know some things and you do not know some things. That is a serious problem. If you know everything, it would be fantastic maybe, but I haven't seen anybody like that. But if you know nothing, then your mind becomes like a plain mirror. No any kind of distortions, it's just a plain mirror. Plain mirror shows everything just the way it is, isn't it? Information means, taking that analogy further, suppose the mirror at home, the mirror at your home had memory. I don't know if you guys have done this to your mirrors, IT industry. If your mirror had memory, when you go and stand in front of it, it will show you everything but reality, isn't it? Huh? Even if there was a minute residual memory, you wouldn't see what is there to see. You would see something else. That's what is happening to your mind. Too much information leads to this. Information is there in the body. This body carries much more information than your brain can ever carry. Do you remember 10 generations ago how your grandfather or grandmother looked like? I'm asking you. No. But your body remembers because their nose is sitting on your face right now. Your grandfather's nose is sitting on your face or not? Well, 1,000,000 years ago, how your forefathers were, even the skin tone your body remembers, isn't it? Never confused. So obviously there is enormous information here. You don't have to carry it in your head. Your head must be ignorant, always, super ignorant, absolutely ignorant. In ignorance, it is alert. In ignorance, it's plain. In plain mirror, you see everything just the way it is. If you want to walk through this world successfully, if you want to see everything the way it is, because if you want to conduct anything sensibly, first and foremost thing is, you see everything just the way it is, not the way you think. If you do not see everything the way it is, you will always do something inappropriate to the given situation. If you see things the way they are, you will do the right thing. Almost everybody has the needed intelligence to do the right thing if they see what is there. But everybody sees it in their own way, according to the information that they carry. So technology industry, I think India has come to a place where initially our only concern was to walk people out of their poverty and impoverished nature of the society. Well, we're reasonably successful in the last 25 years, pretty successful, I would say. Though there's a whole negative commentary going on, I would say, just look back and see how you were 25 years ago and how you are today. We're largely successful in that. But now a time has come, at least a segment of you, both in terms of your brains, your time and your money as companies, have to invest in something that does not produce results tomorrow morning, but has a long-term implication. Well, you may… in the industry you may call it R&D. I'm saying, for me, you have to invest in ignorance, all that you do not know. Right now, investment is only in things that we know, making products out of it, selling it today, making money and thinking we are great. It's fine, nothing wrong with it, but you have to invest in ignorance. Things that we do not know, we have to invest in that. If you do not have the courage to invest in ignorance, then, we could be very easily outdated in no time because information becomes outdated very quickly these days. If you have questions, any kind of question, please. Please take the microphones.
Folks, if you raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you. For you to be able to ask a question, we'll get the mic to you there, sir.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru, Anand from Singapore. My question, Sadhguru, is how do you measure ignorance?
How do you?
Measure ignorance.
Oh, how do you measure a zero? Just like that. See, our knowledge, whatever we know, even if you have read the libraries on this planet, still what we know is just a minuscule in the existence, isn't it? But ignorance is always boundless. Do you think there is a boundary to your ignorance? Hello? It's a fantastic way to be. You're completely boundless in your ignorance. Your knowledge is always with small boundaries, but your ignorance is boundless. If you do not, instead of measuring the boundless, if you dissolve into the boundless, you will become a yogi, huh? Please.
Sadhguru.
Who is speaking, please?
Sadhguru here. People would see what they're missing.
If you can
mostly.
hold the microphone a little closer,
Sorry.
yeah.
People generally would see whatever they're missing in their life in you. Like they might see a friend, or they might see a parent or a teacher. Now I see a happy manager. You manage
I'm not,
a lot
I'm
of...
not getting this properly. The
Hello?
Yeah.
Is this okay? Like people see whatever they miss in life in you. Like it could be a friend, a mentor, a teacher, or such. I see a happy manager. You manage a lot of activities across the globe.
You're talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh,
And also at the same time, you have time for discourses and all. And still you're happy. In the sense that you manage a lot of people and you still are happy. Now what is the secret to that?
oh. The difference is either you can be in pursuit of happiness or your life can be an expression of your joy. That's the choice you have. If you're in pursuit of your happiness, well, you're always kicking the can and running behind it. See, when you were a child, when you were 5 years of age, you were joyful by your own nature, isn't it so? Hello? At that time, somebody had to make you unhappy. But now somebody has to make you happy. What happened to you? When you're 5 years of age, if you're that joyful, by the time you're 30, you should have become ecstatic, isn't it? I'm saying if there was growth in your company. No, when you were 5, you were very joyful by your own nature. But today, if you have to be happy, how many things we have to fix in the world? Your husband should be like that, your wife should be like that, and your child should be like that, your company should be like this, your bank balance should be like this, and the world must change before you are happy. So, you have put yourself into a self-defeating situation. There is no way the world will ever happen 100% the way you want it. Yes or no? If you're just two people in the family, does the other person 100% the way you want them? I'm asking you. Even if you get a dog, it doesn't happen. These days they do their own thing. So, somebody else will never happen the way you want 100%. Somebody else doesn't happen, the world doesn't happen, this is not the problem. The question is just this, are you happening the way you want yourself to be? If you happen just the way you want yourself to be, would you keep yourself blissful or miserable? You must choose, I'm going to bless you right now. If you happen just the way you want to be, would you keep yourself miserable or blissful? Blissful. Others didn't choose, I'm blessing you. So, human experience fundamentally, essentially is happening from within you. Pain and pleasure happens from within you. Joy and misery happens from within you. Agony and ecstasy happens from within you. Everything that you ever experienced happened from within you, isn't it? Well, the world didn't happen your way, that's not the problem. But at least what's happening from within you must happen your way. Otherwise, you lost your fundamental stock. Yes or no? See, he's not happening my way, that's not the problem. If I am not happening my way, I'm a lost case, yes or no? This is because we gave you a super computer. This is the most sophisticated machine on the planet. Do you agree with me, the human mechanism? Huh? But did you read the user's manual? Huh? Have you? No? Simply, accidentally you're handling it? When you handle things accidentally, being anxious is natural. Once you get anxious, when things go wrong, becoming fearful is natural. When things go very wrong, you'll be terrorized, that is natural. So, about management, yes, there are mega projects which you are managing, a whole big institution run by volunteers. When I say run by volunteers, 9 million part-time volunteers and over 4,000 full-time volunteers. Managing volunteers means none of them are qualified for the job. And you can't fire them for inefficiency because they're volunteers. You do this in your company, in 3 days you'll go nuts, believe me. Yes, nobody is qualified for the job and you have to get everything done properly and you can't fire them. But you come and see our events and our situations, they're run in such a good way that Raman came and saw how we run the place and that's why he has me here. If I was a lousy manager, he wouldn't bring me here. So, this is happening, you must understand. The significant aspect of being human is not just your physical capabilities or your intellectual circus that you do. The significant aspect of being human is, we can do everything consciously. No other creature can do this, isn't it? Hello? The only significant thing about us is, every creature does, we also do the same thing, but we can do it consciously. Because we can do it consciously, it must happen the way we want it, isn't it? If not the outside, at least the inside. If you conducted your life consciously, definitely you would keep it the way you want. If you keep it the way you want, for yourself, I'm saying, would you want pleasantness or unpleasantness? You must choose, I'm going to bless you. Pleasantness. You may call it success, you may call it heaven, you may call it meditation, you may call it prayer, you may call it money, you call it what you want. Essentially, you're looking for pleasantness, isn't it? Pleasantness of experience. In body, mind, energy, emotion and surroundings, you want pleasantness. This is what you want for yourself. What you want for your neighbor may be debatable, but what you want for yourself is very clear. Something so simple is not happening. Why? This is all it is. See, when you just sit alone, you must experiment with this, young man. 3 days, just close doors and simply sit alone. No reading, no texting, no internet browsing, no television watching, no book reading, nothing. Simply stay alert and simply sit. You will see, you will go quite crazy. All this so-called being busy is keeping you masked. You simply sit by yourself, people go into all kinds of misery. See, if you're miserable when you're alone, you're obviously in bad company, isn't it? Hello? You need to fix that.
Guruji. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid we do not
I have just 1.5 minutes to die because he said 9:55 is dead stop. I would rather stop than being dead.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the curtain raiser to WCIT NASSCOM 2018, the intelligence of ignorance. Sadhguru, thank you very, very much. Can we play the next video?